Want to hear a story about dust and deliberation? The day Pa got shot, I learned two things real quick. Bullets move faster than pride, and my temper's got a shorter fuse than dynamite. I was 16 then, all spitfire and no sense, my boots caked in Arizona dust, and my head full of stories about outlaws who solved problems with a six-shooter. Didn't help that the Crenshaw gang owned the town like it was their personal piggy bank, or that Pa owed him more than our ranch was worth. You ain't thinking, Jess. Pa wheezed from his bedroll, blood seeping through the bandage. They'll chew you up same as me if you go charging in. But I wasn't listening. I rode into Silver Gulch at high noon, fingers twitching over Pa's old revolver. The saloon doors swung like a dare, and there stood Eli Crenshaw, smirking over a poker hand like the devil himself. My pulse roared in my ears. This is how it's done, I told myself. You meet force with force. Turns out, force don't care much for beginners. Eli's men disarmed me before I cleared the holster. They pinned me to the bar, splinters dig into my cheek, while Eli drawled, "Ain't you the spitting image of your fool daddy?" His breath reeked of rye and rot. Y'all Tanner's got a real talent for picking losing fights. That night, hogtied in the desert, I cursed the stars. Cursed Eli. Cursed my own rattlesnake mind for landing me here. But mostly, I cursed the truth I'd played right into his hands. Again, you're awful loud for a corpse. A voice cut through the dark. An old Paiute woman emerged like shadow given form. Her face leathery as a saddlebag. Name was Loma, though folks called her the Witch of Red Mesa. She cut my ropes with a bone knife. Your thoughts, she said, they're like wild horses, tearing up the earth, going nowhere. What's thinking got to do with anything? I snapped, rubbing my wrists. Action's what matters out here. Loma snorted. Action's just thoughts echo. You keep letting Crenshaw's bullets, or his words, hurt your mind? You'll die a stampede victim. She pressed the knife into my palm. Control the storm inside. Then you'll see the path. For weeks, I hid in her canyon, sweating over chores as she grilled me with riddles. Why'd the scorpion sting? What makes the coyote howl? Annoying, till I realized she wasn't a skin about critters. She was a skin about me. Turns out, Eli wasn't our real problem. Our real problem was the deed to Rattlesnake Spring, the only freshwater for miles that Pa gambled away. Without it, our cattle would die, and the Crenshaw's grip would tighten. But Loma taught me, don't fight the man, fight the game. I rode back to Silver Gulch in a calico dress, hair braided proper, offering to scrub Eli's floors to pay Pa's debt. He laughed, but let me stay. Entertainment, he called it. For weeks, I scraped whiskey stains and listened. Learned his tells, his routines, his weaknesses. When the poker game came, Eli versus cattle barons from Tucson, I served whiskey with steady hands. Watched him cheat, waited, and when he laid down the rattlesnake deed as a bluff, I cleared my throat. Beg pardon, Mr. Crenshaw. I said, sweet as mesquite honey. But ain't that deed counterfeit? Chaos erupted. Cards flew. By dawn, Eli was run out of town, the real deed tucked in my boot. Pa's still healing, but now when he calls me reckless, I smile. Reckless is acting without seeing. Me, I'm learning to steer the storm. Thanks to Loma, I reckon I finally get it. The West isn't won by guns. It's won by the thoughts you saddle up and ride.